Righto, well, the day has dawned fine. Look at this, there's not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful. But that could change later on. We could get another storm come through, but at the moment things looking good. It'll be starting to dry out further up in the main creek system, and we'll get up there and we'll set a few more trail cams, and we'll try and get a few more traps in the ground, even though I can probably only stay here probably another 2 days. 2-3 days. We'll sort of give it a red hot go for a start here, then I'll lift these traps and head further back up to the next property and set up there. So let's see what we can come up with here in a short period of time. Well, we only managed to get 4 traps in the ground yesterday evening, but let's go out and check them now and we'll see if we can find some more fresh sign. Let's get a few more traps in today. I think they're predicting a few more storms to come through, but we might get a little bit of time without rain. There's more dry days than there are wet days, so enjoy the wet days while they're here. It's always good to check over your tracks from the previous day, so if anything's been through, walk over your tracks and see it, and you've got a really good indication of time. Nothing. First traps up here. Still all looking good. First night, first trap. The second trap's up here. It looks like it's untouched as well. Yeah, good. We'll know more when we get up here and have a look at the trail cam. Everything's been kicking through overnight. There's trap 3. Okay, well we're coming down onto this creek crossing set. Something's been out and hooked out the little squeaker. They pulled the squeaker out, whatever that was. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see what did that. Could be cat track. Still squeaking. Track there, and literally the trap is there. The pan is there. It worked. Something came and had a go at it. Hooked a little megaphone out. Okay, let's put it back in there and let's have another go. I've caught probably about 4 dogs right in this spot off that same little branch. I'll just use it as a drag and usually put a little bit of bitch's urine on there. I'll use an old whack trap this time with a bobcat pan and just put it in here. Nice and simple. Bitch's urine there, just somewhere where they can step around. This just seems to be one of those places that seems to work, and I've probably got 3 dogs here, and I think 2 or 3 over here on this dirt pile on the other side. Usually have one opposing. The idea, and if you caught one here, its mate's probably going to go over there and sit up and look at it, or vice versa. If you catch one there, the other one will probably come here and look back, get itself caught. So, yeah, let's try it. I'll just put a very simple trap in here. I'll use a bit of magnet gland, but basically it's just a Not one of my favourite traps, but it's a trap, a good little trap nonetheless. Little 4-spring Victor. A fast trap. I reckon they're one of the fastest of all the traps, but oh, I feel it there, a bit undergunned. But anyway, I've caught a lot of dogs in them. I've caught a lot of dogs with these Victors. Thanks, Brandon. Maybe a clean looking water I've seen around, and Brandon goes and jumps in it. Humidity is back up. I know what it is now. 80, 90%. Good morning. We've had a bit of a late start because we went out last night with the night vision gear. That's a whole different story. We'll get to that later on. And we didn't get up as early this morning. But what we did here is about 1:30 in the morning, there was 2 lots of dogs. One pack, it sounded like probably a lone or 2 dogs together in another group, singing to each other up off the hill there. So I'm going to start on this side of the property. We'll go around, just look for some sign now at the dams, on the roads, through some of the pinch points. And yeah, let's try and get about 6 traps out on this top side. I've got my wingman here, Clint. He can be main gunner, shot gunner, gate opener. Always good to have a gate opener, but Brandon's useless, aren't you? Come on, man. What I'm trying to do at the moment here is sort of come round downwind from where I think these dogs might be, and see if we can get a pig here somewhere to drag along as a drag. If we can't, well, we'll just go till we find the first sign. And, oh no, that sign there. And here's our first sign. I've got to try and get into a place where it's not going to be too difficult to check, but have a look at this. Right there. Okay. Right, that looks like a younger dog, smaller trap, probably a big pup, and that's been in the rain. So that was what? When was our last rain? Not yesterday, day before. Yeah, 2 days ago. So right, and heading this way. Let's see what else we can see down here at this next creek crossing. Just a good natural run through here. If these dogs are wanting to move through this country quick, this sort of track here would be one that they'd use. Okay, we've established that there's quite a few tracks there behind us, and I'm moving up here now towards this higher country, and to me it looks like a lot of little tracks there. There's some bigger tracks, but I'd say probably a bitch, maybe a breeding couple, and a pack of pups. So we could have 6 dogs here somewhere. Happy days. End of the road. Okay, the dogs are in the trough, but they didn't walk around this side. And look, there's tracks of at least 2 or 3 dogs, I reckon, there. Right around probably yesterday. Everywhere. Good stuff. Is that good? There's a lot of dog sign here. I reckon there was probably 3 or more dogs here yesterday. They've walked around that trough, and yeah, they've had a good sniff around everywhere. Well, look, there's also going to be a lot of cattle move through here. They're going to come up here to this trough later on, so it's a great place to set, but how do we keep a set in the ground that the cattle don't wreck it? That'll be the test here now. We've just got to find a way. This could be a good spot. Okay, what do you got, Mossy? Hunt him up, Mossy. Hunt him up. Hunt him up, Mossy. Hunt him up, Mossy. Hunt him up. Hunt him up. Hunt him up. Come on. Hunt him up. Mossy. Oh, I know what is that you've got there that's dead, but I'm not having you rolling in it. Stink bomb. What have you got? No. Bit of afterbirth. No. No. Don't go eating anything off the ground. No. Up, up. Up, up. Up, up. Up, up. Okay, I'm going to set a trap over in there with a scent lure. Probably put a few branches or whatever on the other side so they can't get their nose in there. They've got to come around and put a foot right up in the bite of that tree there. That might be a go. And hopefully the cattle then will stay off it. Right, a little bit of a stepping stick, a little bit of brush to one side there to direct them in. And what I'll do is I've got a squeaker, a mouse squeaker, and I'll put that in a little bottle over this other side, and I'll make it so that whatever wants to come in, if they hear it and they want to come in here to listen to this little squeak, I'll put this in a container and probably bury it there. I want that dog to come around to try and get a good look at it. Now we saw yesterday with one that we had out there that actually a dog has come in, young dog, and actually pulled it out and left it right on top of the trap and put their foot right onto one side of the pan. Just missed out. So I'm hoping we'll get that dog today, but it shows that it didn't worry about pulling that out into the open. And I had in a half a kombucha brown plastic bottle, and it's pulled that out as well. So I don't think there's a problem. As long as it's making that noise, they'll get in there. So I'll try and tuck that in there now. Okay, so trap's there. I'll put a little bit of grass in there. Activate this. Right. Brandon loves them. That's to act as a little bit of a weather shield and to also megaphone that noise. So I'm going to dig a bit of a hole. Okay. I do think that things like a kookaburra and some of your predatory birds would have a go at that as well. So that's tucked in there with a bit of grass, bit of stick, bark, whatever. So it's still going to make that noise. Protect it if there's a shower of rain, and hopefully, yeah, that's good. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put a bit of a block, some fallen branch or something on this other side. So any dog coming around can't get at it from there. They've got to come around over here to get at it. So that's the next step. Okay, this is a natural little place here. Working on the thought if I put a long distance lure in here, that the dogs are going to come around and try and sniff it. Beautiful archway. Hopefully keep cattle from going through there or putting their big hoofs in there. What have we got here? Suzuki that's not running properly. Dog pink right there. Dog prints. Actually just picked this up on the log. There's a big dog track there. Another one there where they're coming through. And I think that's a bit of gut. I think that's something they've killed. And it's like a bit of yeah. Yeah, it's sick up. It's not a dog turd. It's something bad. But that's definitely good sign. Good sign. Righto. Oh, look at the tracks over here. Tracks are everywhere. Dog tracks everywhere. Look at them. Solid. Look at this, Clint. Only way you put another dog track here is you take one away. Look at it. Solid in that rain. A lot of sign. Right on the edge of Stellion Dam. What a great place for a dog to be. Great place. They're around the cattle. There's cattle just up here. That's actually this calf hair there. That's all calf hair. They've got a, look at this. Look over here. Okay, it's a calf kill. Probably dogs have killed this one here. It's not newly born, right? Okay, so it's been something they've probably chased through. I'd say what's happened, they've chased it through. There's their mums up here, they're running already. They probably chased the calf through the fence here away from its mother and killed it right here. Okay, this is exactly what we've been looking for. There's quite a pack of dogs here. Let's get them, buddy. Okay, dogs, up, 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 up. We'll set pretty hard here. I reckon we need at least 3 traps in this area. We've got 4 more up there. We'll nail this pack down. Won't we, Brandon? We'll nail them down, okay? Okay, here's the breakdown. Okay, we've put 1 trap here, just at the base of that tree with magnet gland. We've set one over there with bitch's urine, and one up the top here with that's with magnet core. Okay, we've got a trail camera set here. The only place we could get for a trail camera that didn't have a lot of moving grass. So let's see what happens. I've set up with the feeling that we've got quite a pack here. I think we've got between 4 and 6 or 8 dogs. Well, good morning everyone. This is basically day 2 of the trap line. Clint and I went out yesterday and set about, I think it's about 12, 15 traps all told. Shot a few pigs. Up 'em. That's the dog. Yep. Good dog. Got him. That's number 3. You got it. Mossy off. Mossy, that's good. You're a demure lady, Mossy, you're a demure lady. You don't go chasing pigs like that. And anyway, he's just headed home. He's got 19 hours drive in front of him. Not all in one go, but 19 hours to get him back to his home, and he's got to get there to start work straight away. So I'll be sad to see him go. He's been one of my best mates for 25 years, 27 years now. Incredible man. So yeah, fantastic. And besides that here too, he's been a pretty good gate opener for me, and that's a huge hand. You know, someone to ride shotgun here. Unfortunately though, I've had it happen so many times. People will want to come and ride shotgun for me, and next thing I know, they're ringing up the landowner trying to cut my grass, trying to either get in here to hunt a pig for themselves or do the dingo trapping themselves or whatever. And it's such a shame. It's Aussie nature, it's human nature. We call it cutting your grass, mowing your lawn. So yeah, I get pretty reluctant to take anybody else out apart from somebody I really trust. So anyway, let's get back to the dog trapping. Now there's a lot of great young guys and girls out there who are trying to do the right thing by landowners, and they talk about going out at night and using their thermals and going around with their dogs and catching pigs, you know, shooting dingoes and all the rest of it. And it's all good, okay? I think the world of you guys and gals. However, when you're driving through crap like that, and that's Parthenium weed, and it's solid, absolute solid, and you've got to drive through there to, to find your pigs, to do something about it, to be successful. Okay, before you go home at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning from where you've been, are you going in and washing your vehicle down, getting underneath it and scratching out everywhere to get rid of that seed? Are you doing that? The answer is no, you're not. Who could expect you to do that? Like 4 o'clock in the morning, you're knackered, you've been out all night, you've done great. Okay, you post the stuff up on Facebook, look at me, I've done this. That's great. But I bet you're not washing your vehicles down. I know how hard it is for me here to try and go from one property to the next. If I've got property that have all got the same weed, I don't have a problem. But this buggy, this Suzuki, stays on these properties until I finish the program, and then I do get under it and I water blast that thing, and I scratch and I pull stuff out of the cross members and the rails, and I do the job on it and I make sure it's right. Because if you don't and you drive 200 k's from here, you could be in an area where it doesn't have this weed, right? And as much as I growl about biosecurity, we need good biosecurity. We need to do it ourselves. This used to be common sense. So now we have got to do that stuff. So there's a lot more to this than just going out and banging a few pigs and shooting a few dingoes. Bit of a wash out there. Let's say we just hit it with a bit of speed, eh? You reckon? The only speed you know is what's in your son's suitcase. Yeah. Okay, coming down in the middle gully set. Nothing. Nothing. Both traps look okay. Not at all. Let's get up to the water trough sets and see. What's up here? Oh, whoa, well, look at this. Are these dogs? First catch, a young white dog. First catch, and that was on the squeaker, the mouse squeaker. Righto, you know the drill. You know the drill, Brandon. Let's get this one dead. I don't like seeing them in a trap longer than they have to be. Hey, here! Waylon, up, Waylon, up, Waylon. Quick, come here. Righto, well this was on the squeaker. The mouse squeaker has probably wrecked it, but anyway. First dog. A Jake, little male, and it's a caramel. No, I can still hear the squeaker here somewhere. That night, when I downloaded the images off the Reconyx Ultrafire XS8, it told the story. 6 dogs arrived there. They were there for a total of just under 2 minutes, and I think they came straight into the squeaker. They showed so much interest in all the ground. And I think when you look at it, you can see that they weren't concentrating on the spot where the trap was put in, so they're not smelling the trap, but they were smelling where I've been. So where the human scent was on the ground, you look at them, they've got their noses on the ground, they're sniffing every little thing. I'm glad I put the brush on the other side of the log to stop them coming in from that side at the squeaker, and it did force the dogs to come around to the side where the trap was. And you'll see they showed quite a bit of interest in the tree itself. So I think this is an old marking spot that I've selected here where there's actually dog scent up the side of that tree. But it took quite a while, took over a minute for a dog to finally get in that extra step needed to be caught. Once it was caught though, the rest of the dogs simply disappeared. Got that one, full paw catch in the Jake, straight off with the squeaker. Dave and Tracy, I love them. Send us up 2 dozen, right? Beautiful. Well, there's a full paw catch. The foot isn't swollen, it isn't hurt, just a little line across. Rubber jaw, soft catch. Perfect result. So let's set this up and go again.